In today's video, we're going to check out the brand new RayNeo Air 3S. Now, these are XR glasses from RayNeo that are trying to be the Maverick glasses that you have, meaning they're going to be able to connect to almost everything that you have. We're talking PC, Mac, handheld system, your Nintendo Switch, even connecting it to an Android TV or portable Android TV function that allows you to basically take it with you and make it your own experience at up to 201-inch display at about 6 meters distance from where you are. This is TK. Let's go ahead and check out all the cool new features in the brand new RayNeo Air 3S. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. So here we have it. This is the RayNeo Air 3S. This is the box for it, the retail package for it. And of course we have the JoyDock and of course the Pocket TV. Now these are accessories that are meant to work obviously and augment the experience for the Air 3Ss as well as other RayNeo glasses that are on the market. The biggest benefit here is that this will convert any Nintendo Switch and give it the ability of having a portable dock with a 10,000 milliampere battery to be able to not only charge it but also power the glasses. And of course the Pocket TV, as you can see here, it has Google Assistant, essentially is a Google TV or a mobile Google TV, but also give you the ability of enjoying content on the go. So your favorite shows will be able to play with you here on the system, and of course your favorite Nintendo games will play here. But other than that, when you're using the Air 3Ss, you're pretty much using them with almost any system directly. We're not even using any type of other interface. As long as your system supports video out over USB-C, these are going to work for you, and these are going to again give you that 201-inch display. So let's look at some of the main features. Obviously your gateway to the real game world. Obviously they're intended to be for gaming as well. 120 hertz refresh rate, really good PWP dimming as well. We'll talk about that in a second. Now as far as the screen size, it's going to be able to simulate a 201-inch HuView display. So it's a large display about 6 meters away from where you are, and about mega screen here obviously because of the size of the display. Immersive and rich sound with the built-in speakers, the 4 speakers that we have here. We have reliable optic care and ultra comfort. This allows us to actually have better eye care so that we have less strain on our eyes when we're using them for an extended amount of time. Versatile device, plug and play, as I mentioned, again, with the exception of having to use, let's say, the JoyDock to connect it to a Switch or even the Pocket TV to be able to get Google TV to run. It's pretty much a plug and play solution. You plug it to your PC, your Mac, as long as you're using the USB-C port and it supports video out, you're ready to go. Now they're emphasizing the Reality Gateway Immersive Gateway, and what that means essentially is the ability of enjoying content on the go. So your private gaming escape, again 120 hertz refresh rate, and of course streaming like never before with the ability of using your smartphone, your tablet, your PC, your Mac, or even here the Pocket TV. And as you can see here, they're showing us that YouTube logo over there. Now connects to phones, tablet, gaming consoles, Pocket TV, the JoyDock, and of course and more. And when we're talking about mobile, we're talking about things like this, mobile gaming consoles. Like this is the Legion Go. It supports 2 USB-Cs, one USB-C at the top, one at the bottom, so you're able to charge it and use it at the same time. And devices like these will be able to push the limit of having 120 hertz refresh rate on your device, because a lot of devices, when they're exporting the video, like let's say even here when you're using it with the JoyDock, we're really matching the screen resolution or the screen refresh rate of the Nintendo Switch, which is roughly about 60 frames per second. Same here, we're not going to be hitting 120, again, depending on what you're watching. But the main benefit out of the box is that you're getting the ability of having that multi-purpose tool that will work with almost everything. In the box, we get a carrying case, the glasses themselves, a USB-C to C cable, as well as a chamois to be able to clean the glasses. And of course, we also have an additional nosepad option here to be able to get a different configuration. There's one already installed. And if you do need to use prescription lenses, they also provide you with the insert. The glasses themselves obviously don't have a prescription. All you have to do basically is get these configured or made by your local professional, your eye doctor, and you'll be able to use them with the glasses in case you do need to wear basically glasses to watch them. Here's the case. Hard shell, protects our glasses. On the top, we have a small pocket for the chamois and the USB-C cable. And of course, on the bottom, we have the glasses. We'll clean that in a second. The glasses themselves, again, just sit very nicely. It has a very conformed casing inside, so there's no chance of it basically wiggling inside. And then when you close it, it's protected and it pushes against them. So there's nothing really moving inside of the box. Now, as you can see here, we have one and then 2 speakers on each side. So there's basically 4 speakers that are positioned. And we also have some controls built in on the sides of the glasses. You'll notice there's a button here for opening the menu. There's a volume rocker as well as a brightness level. The brightness level now goes up to 20 clicks, so basically 20 different steps. And the volume rocker goes up to 12 clicks from 0 to 100% to be able to give you the control to the level of the audio that you want. The arms are also configurable. You'll notice right here, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of a logo there, but short answer is you can actually click them. I know it sounds like I'm breaking them, but I'm just basically clicking them in the right configuration. There's that nice little silver coloring on the outside, a little bit of a pattern here, kind of a better grip. And of course, when you're wearing them, they should wear very nicely. The USB-C port is on the right arm. Most other glasses that we've seen on the market usually have them on the left. It's positioned there. Maybe if you decide to pick up an additional cable or maybe a longer one, just make sure that it's rated to work with video output. We have a proximity sensor that's positioned over there. And of course, we have the new glasses or the new optics that we have in here. This is basically what's going to be giving us that 201-inch experience inside of the glasses. Now, the actual displays are positioned on the top part of the actual unit itself, and they're reflected with a mirror that's positioned right in front so that it kind of goes right in the field of view. The glasses on the front are not removable and they're non-dimmable, so you can kind of see through them. You can see here. It will provide some protection over basically reducing the light from the outside, but for best experience, as long as you're in a slightly dim area, you're going to get the most vibrant colors that you're able to get here. But again, this will work almost anywhere because even though you can see partially through it, the brightness on here up to 650 nits is going to be powerful enough to give us the best images wherever we are. Now, the glasses themselves are about 78 grams, very nice and very lightweight. Micro OLED is what we're using here for the displays. The 2D content that we're watching here will be in 1080p resolution, so 1920 by 1080. And if you're watching 3D content, all you have to do is basically press and hold on the two buttons here on the volume on the forward part of the glasses, and it'll switch between 2D and 3D, especially if you want to watch spatial video on your iPhone. This is going to work perfectly there. Now, as far as the actual the contrast ratio, it's going to be basically the 200,000 to 1 contrast ratio. And of course, it's going to provide us an experience of up to 201-inch display that about 6 meters away. It's going to look like it's about 6 meters away. And the brightness, as I mentioned, 650 nits. And of course, up to 10 level of adjustments, although there's 20 clicks on the actual brightness lever here on the right side. Now, the eye boxes that we have in here are upgraded from last year's 2S's model. They're basically 14 by 7 millimeters, and it provides us a much wider and a much clearer experience, even at the edges that we typically have concerns with some of the other glasses on the market. So better optics, better experience, and clearer images on the edges, especially if you like to do editing or using them to maybe do some word processing with your laptop. We did talk about the speakers themselves. Again, we have 2 bottom firing and 2 top firing speakers, providing us the dual opposing speaker experience, which essentially is 4 speakers. Similar to what we had before, but better experience in here, of course. As far as usage, what are the things that you could use on this device? Now, I personally love to use it with smartphones, any smartphone that I'm able to use. And I love the fact now with iPhones, now that we're going USB-C, especially since the 15 series, that means we can plug them directly into our iPhone and basically use them to enjoy content on them. And what I like about them is one of my biggest things is the ability of enjoying basically spatial content. Now, iPhones allow us to record those. I was able to record a couple of clips in there. And as long as you download the RayNeo XR application and turn on, again, the 3D mode, which is activated very simply by just pressing and holding on these 2 buttons. So press and hold like this. You'll notice that the displays restart and then you're actually looking at 3D. And then when you're done, press and hold them again and it'll actually go on and change the experience. The little menu button that you have in here on the left side opens up a menu to be able to change the different color options, as well as the ability of turning on 120 Hertz refresh rate, and of course turning on whisper mode if you want to be able to turn that on there. Although there's some shortcuts here that you should also be aware. If you press and hold the volume down, it turns on whisper mode. And if you press and hold the volume up by itself, it'll turn off whisper mode. So a lot of nice little shortcuts that, typically you don't even have to worry about turning on the menu. But to actually truly enjoy 120 Hertz, you do need to go into the menu, very simply select it, change it to 120, and then you're ready to go. And this is where it's going to be devices like this, like the iPhone 15 Pro that I have in here, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, any device that honestly supports video output. And what I love about them is I'm also able to use them to play games using them on the glasses, and that's going to be one of the best benefits there. It's a portable large monitor in your pocket that you're able to put on and enjoy anywhere, on a plane, in a car, anywhere where you're able to sit down and have a little private moment for yourself to be able to enjoy it. These devices are going to work perfectly for you, as you're seeing there with that demo real quick. The experience for me is as easy as just plug and play. The device will automatically start casting to the glasses. And again, as long as you're wearing them and you activate the proximity sensor that's positioned between here, you're not going to have any problems and the glasses will start displaying them right away. Now, if you want to be able to do a little bit more and basically use some accessories, let's go ahead and talk about the JoyDock. Now, the JoyDock itself, let's go ahead and slide it off, essentially is a replacement for the Nintendo Switch dock. But it also has a built-in battery. This is a 10,000 milliampere battery. There's a few plugs on the bottom. You're able to charge it directly. This one, unfortunately, is depleted as I was charging my Nintendo Switch. This cable will directly connect into your Nintendo Switch. So you plug this cable here, and this will go directly to the Switch, basically connecting and allowing this to become the dock. And then your glasses go in here to be able to connect directly into your glasses, and it powers them. So This 10,000 milliampere battery will charge the Nintendo Switch, make sure that you're fully working, as well as making sure that your glasses are working perfectly. And then all you have to do when you need to use it is you connect it to the back, snap it on, and make sure you connect the cable. I will mention though that when you are using it in a dock mode, as you can imagine, it acts exactly as if you're using it with your dock, your main dock, which means it's going to basically require you to remove the Joy-Cons out of the actual unit itself to play with it, because it assumes it's sitting in the dock. So just be aware you can't use it and have it in the JoyDock at the same time. So the Pocket TV, for all intents and purposes, has a 6,500 milliampere battery. It has a volume rocker, home button, all the buttons that you can expect. Shortcut for Prime Video, of course, and YouTube, the accessing the assistant, and of course, Launchpad. This will be the indicator for the battery level, as well as the ability of turning it on. We don't have a volume rocker on the right side. It's just positioned here on the side, but you also have the ability of loading up a micro SD card with your content. Unfortunately, you cannot store content on this, so you can't download content from, let's say, Disney or anything like that. You have to stream everything that's on here. But if you load it directly into the micro SD, there is a built-in player that allows you to actually access all of that. So the glasses themselves are very nice. And one of the biggest benefits here is the fact that they're literally a plug-and-play type of a solution. You have to just basically think of what you want to do, and these should be able to fit into your experience. I love using them when I'm editing content, especially on an airplane, because of the smaller space that we have on there. This allows me to have that large display. So I usually put my preview panel, meaning my playback panel for my videos, on the glasses, and I leave my timeline positioned right in front of me. Now, this is where glasses like these work best, because the bottom section, although they're tinted, you can still see through them. And if you're close enough to the monitor, it actually becomes a very nice functional area. You're able to work and make it more functional and not have to be limited by the space that you're in. It's a large display. It's a clear edged area. This is another thing that a lot of people always ask. Can you see the edges? Are they blurry? Are they fuzzy? I've used them, and I've also turned on spreadsheets, using them to read spreadsheets. And for me, I've been able to read all the way down to the edges. So for me, it's not an issue. Although I'm not working at the edge, because you never do, you always kind of center what you're working on. But if you're trying to read something and you look over to the edges, you shouldn't have any problems there. There's eye care mode. You're able to turn that on as well to be able to reduce the brightness and a little bit less stress on the eyes. And again, there's also whisper mode, which reduces the volume output out of the actual glasses so that it's not as loud for everybody else. You were talking about 4 speakers, so if you play it at a loud enough of volume, you're not going to have that same experience, obviously personal, because everybody next to you can hear it. But I think overall, with the options that we have in here, with the customizations that we have, the ease of use with the functional, I would say, triggers. Turning on 3D is very simple. Keeping it back in 2D works really nice. Turning on 60 hertz, 120 hertz, all of those things are done easy. And I think if you want to be able to do the JoyDock, I think that's a must-have if you have a Switch. So with that being said, I do want to say thank you very much to RayNeo for allowing me to check out the Air 3S. And I definitely love what they've done here, and I can't wait to see what else they're going to do in the future. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. I will see you in the next video.